I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin. In this video, we're going to have a look at Defina Finance, one of the big runners in the crypto gaming bull run, turned into somewhat of a disaster. Let's have a look at the progress and of course a full price prediction in this video. On the actual launch, opening very heavy at about $1.40, ran up to $6, all the way up to $9.38 at its all-time high, 20 million traded volume. Throughout the bear market, suffered severely all the way down to about 1 cent at some point. Right now it's sitting at about 3 cents. The last year basically coming from $1, but the last 3 months been quite stable, just pumped, coming down from 1 cent all the way to 3 cents. The trading volume is still quite significant, although it's not listed on any of the major exchanges. We do have the centralized exchanges here pushing most of the volume, and then PancakeSwap being the main DEX here, because they're on the Binance Smart Chain. What is interesting here, obviously, this project has quite a lot of big investors at backers. And of course, if you are on YouTube, crypto YouTube, the interesting component here is Alex Becker. The YouTuber does shield this token quite a lot. He's probably one of the bigger investors into this token. That might be one of the reasons why, because when I look at this project, I see no reason to shield this. 68% diluted supply, so the circulating supply is already quite well ahead. We'll have a look at track digits, see what the tokens are doing. Fully diluted market cap 3 million, current market cap 2 million. From what I can see is that market cap still quite high, even at this price, for a game, which is basically, for me, not really a game compared to all the other options available on the market. But then again, it's just my opinion. Looking at track digits, there is an upcoming release in 1 day, which is just for the team, and then they're all quite non-significant amounts because the token has such little value. There will be an addition of 1% circulating supply every month going forward, 6.2% of trading volume. Not significant, it's only team tokens. However, there are some interesting components. As you can see, dilution on the chart. Basically, in a couple months from now, we'll reach, well, more than half a year still to go, full dilution. What's happening, however, because seed, private, public, they have all been released, the price movement is not that significant. The chart also has not that many strong indicators. However, the tokenomics is where the opportunity lies here because of dilution. So basically, private and public, the team is still in progress in acquiring the seed price, but the Defina Finance team is not as helpful providing that information as it's not public. They've been on it for like 3 days. This is interesting here. Marketing will be used for marketing whenever needed. Liquidity will be added for liquidity for centralized and decentralized exchange. All right. The biggest portion of these tokenomics, however, is the liquidity pool. Will be released gradually based on our staking and play to earn. They control a huge portion of the supply, which is interesting, which we might want to have a look on the Binance Smart Chain later to see where these tokens actually are. So the seed, 10%, private, 12.5%, and public. So we're talking about 25% guaranteed on market. Then 6.5% on rewards will be used for rewarding community contributors. It's unclear what these tokens are. And then team is only 10%. Right, so there's a majority of the tokens which have no real vesting schedule. They can just be taken whenever and therefore also be pushed on the market whenever. Quite interesting to note on this project, creating a significant amount of risk for the potential traders and or investors. When we look at Defina as a project, there is total NFT assets locked in game, 15.5 million Fina. Sounds like a lot, but if you look at a price of 3 cents, you know, I think top of my head is like $50,000, non-significant. The trading volume also not really significant. Weekly, very low. Total sale, 86,000 NFTs. So I wondered, if you sold that many NFTs, what are we actually talking about? Well, they're very cheap, right? And one other component here is if you go to the game and then let's say the mystery boxes, which is like a revenue source for this project, they're $3. So again, big opportunity for players at least to obtain NFTs, catering definitely to the lower end of the play to earn market. But that's obviously also relative why these NFTs almost have no value on their own marketplace. Tracking the volume in their own token, because if you put it in US dollars, it's obviously significantly less. So this type of like clone battler, it's not really my type of thing. They do have, what I've been told, a lot of activity in Discord in terms of players, but when you scroll down here and click on this Discord, it's an invalid link. It doesn't work. In terms of the Twitter, which I did check out right here, it is quite active. So basically every day there's engagement going on about opportunities, what it's looking at, updates, reports. So the project is definitely pushing through the bear market in terms of delivery really well. In terms of game engagement of users, also doing quite well. Interesting that relatively to the token, there's little to no upside at the minute, but let's dive a little bit deeper. So I'm not a huge fan of the game, so that's already of course one thing. It does seem that they have a playable game, which is a good thing. It's just very, very basic. I'm just not into these type of games at all, right? More of maybe a personal thing. They got PvE, they got PvP, they have the Nightmare City, a full guild system, because it's very much play to earn focused. When we go more down, I just want to have a look at the investors. So OKX, Huobi, Moonwhale, and CDeFi right there. That's obviously quite big partners already. CDeFi probably also the way Alex Becker got involved through CDeFi, as he did mention in the crypto gaming bull run that he's affiliated with CDeFi, or like in the highest bracket, one of the earlier investors to consider. Then I think this is the logo from Engine Starter. Then we have Roshan pads, smaller launch pads attached to this as well. And then some other funds that were investing into probably the seed round of this token. What I think is interesting is the relative price movement that you have to consider. So coming from, I don't even want to go with $9. I would even say $1 is a 33x upside. Valuing this project at about $50 million, I don't see how this project is worth $50 million with the lack of revenue streams, with the lack of tradable volume, with the lack of value holding these NFTs. Now note, we are quite severely in the bear market, so don't judge them too hard based on this. We should go and find their ticker on the Binance Smart Chain. So basically open the blockchain, take the smart contract, go to BSC scan, and basically pull up their token tracker, the Fina token tracker. Okay, 26,000 holders. That's quite severe. I just want to see the holder counts. PancakeSwap, this is the liquidity pool, 6.6%, value 150,000. Maxi, centralized exchange, probably 100 grand in liquidity as well. Again, Maxi right here, Bitmart right here. And then you have some contracts. So these are obviously also exchanges likely. I'm just more curious about the individual holders. So if you would go for the more regular wallets, here again a PancakeSwap contract. There's some more contracts in there. But most of the holders at the moment don't hold more than $10,000 worth of value. However, do consider that we're talking 500,000 tokens. We're talking 300,000 tokens. So if this token would ever come back to $1, it's absolutely massive in terms of the returns. Now, with the backing, the spread, and the relatively release, yeah, this is definitely in the more degen micro cap place where it's high risk, high reward, right? I would say if there's a linear upward trend in the bull run, right, or upcoming bull run, where it's like a clear reversal, Bitcoin is running again, Alex Becker comes back making YouTube videos with more than 1 million subscribers. He mentions Defina Finance in one video. Based on the market cap and liquidity in the market relative to tradable volume, it will do a 10x that one day, right? However, if he doesn't, because obviously he's involved in a lot of projects, and this is not just him, right? There are a lot of other parties involved, like CDeFi, like Moonwhale, that have the opportunity to reach out to their quite big followings, like Huobi, like OKX. They are not on these exchanges, but these parties invested obviously for a reason, to perhaps at one point might bring the token on board. Who knows, right? So the upside is depending on third-party factors, not as much on the game. I don't have that much faith in this game. I don't think it will have the retention based on new games coming on the market with significantly better. They are releasing features, right? So definitely they are ongoing in terms of development. I just don't think the caliber is there of this game to be able to compete it being a relatively low quality game, right? Then the amount of tokens being released here, I don't see as a problem. The big problem that I see is on the tokenomics, where 50% here is unidentified, and basically it standardizes liquidity pool, right? And here's liquidity. This is standardization from track digits, but basically it means that 1, 2, 3 categories totaling over 60% of the supply being controlled by the company with potential release whenever, right? When we're talking 68% dilution on the market, I think that's quite a lot of risk in terms of, you know, the token pumping, company selling off tokens for funding to continue the project or continue development. These are things that I think in a bear market are a lot more to be taken into consideration than in a bull market where everybody's shilling, it's pumping, it's great. Just the assumption where we're looking at the price where it would be $1, we're talking about a $66 million market cap. And I know that, and we're talking, you know, 75, 80 million fully diluted, or we would go 33x, we would talk about 99 million fully diluted, right? At that point, 36 million on just the market cap itself. So I would say, is that realistic? You know, you also, I know it's crypto. I know we see crazy multiples. I think we see crazy market caps. However, is the value actually there? I don't think so. Relative, not only for this project, relative to all of the other gaming projects that are out there, relative to all the new games from now until the bull market. Is that 1 year? Is it 2 years? Is it 5 years? Nobody knows. Maybe it's 3 months. Who knows? I think there are a lot better opportunities to allocate your assets potentially, in my opinion, if I would have to make a pick. If I would make a play on Defina, just for that upside 33x, I'll probably put between $1,000, maybe $2,000 into it, put it in a cold wallet, wait, and then if in the bull run it does a 33x, liquidate immediately based on the target take profit, right? It's not a game I'm interested in at all, but I do think there is some interesting components relative their continued engagement with their followers, their relative active players. There is at least a marketplace where there's tradable action going on. They have an ongoing revenue stream, and they have a very strong social backing, which I think is the most interesting part, where very big influencers are basically able to shield the token if that would ever occur again. So that is basically my conclusion. Do I see anything happen with this token itself? No. Do I see something happen with this token when the market reverses? Yes, general upward traction because of the entire market moving and this token being around for such a long time, being shielded in several videos, and these videos are going to come back when new liquidity enters the market. People are going to watch these videos. This token will therefore have marketing exposure. Therefore, we see that marketing is still very much an important aspect of crypto. That's my little review in a nutshell. Quick look at Defina Finance full price prediction. If you're interested in getting these insights like I'm doing right now in Track Digits, feel free to sign up to Track Digits for free. Link in description down below. If you have a different opinion, I would love to hear it. Feel free to drop your comments and I always have a look. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.